Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to News Hour live on GBC News and News and Governance channel. We're also live on GTV and streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. You're most welcome. My name is Micheline Taka. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration says it is in collaboration with Ghana's missions in Bern, Switzerland, and honorary consulates in Ukraine, compiled a list of Ghanaian students to facilitate an evacuation exercise. It says following the closure of the Ukrainian airspace, it has become challenging to airlift Ghanaians from Kiev and other parts of the country. Hence, the only viable means of evacuation is by land to neighboring countries such as Moldova, Belarus, Slovakia, and Hungary. A statement issued by the ministry says discussions are far advanced with the authorities in Switzerland, Turkey, Moldova, Poland, Hungary, Romania, and Slovakia to assist with the smooth evacuation of Ghanaians to Ukraine. It says officials of the relevant Ghana diplomatic missions and honorary consuls are on standby to facilitate the passage of students who had commenced their journey by road to Romania and Hungary. The government has also put in place the necessary package to facilitate the transportation, accommodation, feeding and medical support to ease the burden of the Ghanaian nationals. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Integration is therefore urging Ghanaians to remain calm as measures are finalized for their imminent safe evacuation. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration has issued a list of contact persons who will assist particularly Ghanaian nationals in Ukraine who are traveling to neighboring countries such as Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, and Poland to cross their respective borders. The sector minister is also inviting all parents, guardians, or relatives of Ghanaian nationals in Ukraine to a meeting at the Accra International Conference Center on Tuesday, March 1, 2022. We will cross over to Ukraine now to speak to one of the Ghanaians, Yangsen, who has joined us via Zoom. Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Yangsen.
Good afternoon.
Hope you are fine.
I'm okay.
We thank God. Where are you currently and what can you tell us?
Okay, so currently I'm in a bomb shelter, or we call it a bunker here. Yeah, it's an underground facility where we are told that we'll be safe if any bomb hits any building. So that's where I'm currently.
Who made this bunker available to you?
Okay, as you know, I'm a student in Ukraine here, but then my university has a bunker too. But then for some time, you know, it's the fourth day of the war. But I've not felt safe in my university bunker, so I have to leave there and come to a different residential facility. They also have a very good bunker where I feel a lot safe here. And they also provide us with pillows and then blankets to keep us warm. Even though it's very cold in here, they try to do their best for us.
Are you the only Ghanaian student or you are there with your colleagues, other colleagues?
Ghanaian students are scattered across different hostels. But in my hostel, I was there with 4 Ghanaian students who also have, they found their own means of trying to find their own safety. Yeah.
How would you describe the evacuation exercise so far? Are you impressed with Ghana's?
Unfortunately, what other students are enjoying in other cities, myself and my colleagues enjoy the same evacuation plans, because my city, Sumi, is just 50 miles away from the Russian border. So you can imagine the kind of heat that is over here in Sumi. There's a lot of fighting here. And then studying from the first day of the battle till today, it's the 4th day now. the battle starts about 4 p.m. and then from 9 a.m. we are allowed to go to our rooms to go and prepare some food and then come back. So by 4 p.m., if you don't start moving, you'll hear blasts. I mean, yeah, you just start hearing blasts. Just before I came to my bunker, it was just a blast that notified me that it's time to move. When everybody hear the blast, the siren in the city goes off, and then it's telling everybody to run for safety.
But there has been a helpline that has been communicated. Do you have any of the numbers? Have you tried to reach them? What are they saying?
Okay, I just want to commend my NUTS executives here in Sumi. They are trying their best, but the situation that students are enjoying in other cities, they have their transport system working. My city, we don't enjoy that. Our transport systems have been cut off. Buses do not work, trains do not work. Even yesterday, we were given an information that we should go to the train station at 3 p.m. and then meet the train. But I declined to go. Even though I wanted to go, my friend told me I shouldn't trust that information. So I didn't go. Around 3 p.m., those who were there didn't get the train. And we had a very loud blast. I'm not even exaggerating this. I'm not exaggerating this in any way. I won't try to make anyone scared. We had a very loud blast. And you never know where it's coming from. And you never know where it's landing. So I just felt like sometimes if these informations are not accurate, it will put students in a situation that's
in harm's way.
Very uncomfortable.
If Mr. Yankson, if you are to give any suggestions on how you can be evacuated, what would you say? Myself and my executives here, we've had several meetings as to how we can be evacuated, and then it's almost fruitless because if you are leaving the city, you'll be asked to return. As at now, it's quite difficult. All other nationals are also stuck here. But as I said, other cities, students are able to move from one place to the other, and then they are able to get to the border. My city is just 50 miles. You can imagine, 50 miles away from Russia. The Russian troops use this city a lot. Even though my city has not been totally captured, there's still going every single day. Every single day, there's fight going. Every single day, we hear very loud blast. I can show you around my bunker if you want to. I'm currently here. Please
People
do.
are moving in.
How are you being taken care of? Are you being given food, or you are just there on your own?
Right now, I'm here with a brother from Ghana. Yeah, he's housed me for some time now, and then he's been feeding me for the time so far. So this is how our bunker is like. If you can see, this is what we've been provided to sleep on.
It is well. Hang in there till rescue come. I've been speaking with Ghanaian students in Ukraine, Mr. Joseph Yankson, who just showed us where he's currently taking refuge. According to him, they've been cut off, but hopefully he's still hopeful that rescue will come. Moving on, back home in Ghana, the University of Ghana says it will resume lectures on Monday, February 28, 2022, despite a vote against the suspension of the strike by a majority of the UTAG members. A notice to the university community indicated that the decision was arrived at after a meeting by the Business and Executive Committee of the university, which had approved a revised academic calendar for the 2021-2022 academic year. A suspension of the strike is to allow negotiations to commence. We will be talking to Dr. Samuel Nkumban sometime during the bulletin. In Kumasi, the Technical University Teachers Association of Ghana has sworn in new executive to steer the affairs of the group for the next 2 years. The inauguration was part of the association for the second National Delegates Congress in Kumasi. The handing over ceremony is to pave the way for the newly elected national executives to steer the affairs of the Technical University Teachers Association of Ghana, TUTAG, for 2 years, while bringing relevant research and policy direction into the activities
of technical education in the country. The immediate past national president of TUTAC, Dr. Michael Akurugu Brigandi, commended members for their support for the past executives and called for the same support for the newly sworn-in executives.
I want to advise the incoming, let agitation be one of the last resorts. Start with persuasion and graduate it to urgent appeals, from urgent appeals to mild agitation to an aggravated agitation. And I can assure you, you will get to where we all want to get to.
The national president of TUTAC, Dr. Collins Amayao, said the new leadership is aware of the current challenges facing technical universities and will work to advance the course of technical education in the country.
The unfolding events in the ongoing UTAC strike suggest to me that we cannot run a union like TUTAC without a solid legal team. My leadership will seek Congress approval to constitute a standing legal team from among TUTAC fraternity, whose duty will be to advise Congress and represent us in court when the need becomes necessary.
The program was under the theme, Sustaining the Momentum for Parity of Prestige, the Way Forward.
The Ghana Institution of Surveyors has inducted Reverend Mrs. Rose Margaret Subonting into office as the new president, although a number of women have held that portfolio since the establishment of the institution in 1969. Reverend Mrs. Subonting is the first female quantity surveyor to occupy that position. The investiture was part of the 17th Surveyors Week and 53rd Annual General Meeting in Accra.
Reverend Mrs. Rose Margaret Subonting, a chartered quantity surveyor and a project manager, becomes the 50th president of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors. She has served in various capacities in the institution since joining in 1987. She has been serving on the governing council of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors since 2010. Reverend Mrs. Subonting has been a council member of the Africa Association of Quantity Surveyors since 2010. He is its current vice president for the western region of Ghana. In her acceptance speech, Reverend Mrs. Subonting emphasized the need for surveyors to embrace innovation and positive changes that have arisen as a result of the COVID-19.
It is important that as surveyors, we are visible throughout the entire nation, making our mark and taking a lead in development. Areas of national concern such as value for money, challenges with land ownership, property development and management across the entire country are crying for our input.
The immediate past president of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors, Dr. John Amaglo, lamented the activities of quacks in the system, which he said has given rise to problems such as land litigation and influx of land guards. He said there must be a synergy between the institution and the Lands Commission, among others, to cure such ills.
They have to deal with only professional surveyors. It will cut down the issue where people go and do some other things, leading to a situation where we say that this person is a quack. We will be able to eliminate them instantly when the general public is aware of identifying who a professional surveyor is.
Governing council executives are members of the three divisions, namely land surveying, valuation and estate surveying, quantity surveying, as well as women's wing, and other members were sworn in.
The World University Service of Canada has initiated a project to reach and empower 5,000 urban but marginalized men in Accra, Kumasi and Sekondi Takoradi with vocational skills. The Invest in Hair campaign will run for 5 years with funding from the Global Affairs of Canada. Sarah Fori reports.
Oh, Papa, invest in hair.
Meet 28-year-old Elizabeth Ahiagba, an electrical and solar installer, and her colleague Mavis Odum. They are both beneficiaries of the World University Service of Canada's Innovation in Non-Traditional Vocational Education and Skills Training for Women program. Although Elizabeth, Mavis and a few others are off the unemployed list, unemployment rate is still said to be high among Ghana's youthful population. Yet, there is an unmet need for skilled labor.
So the INVEST project is a 5-year project that's looking at creating sustainable pathways for young women to into male-dominated spaces, and so we look at both the supply and
inclusive market system approach. The World University Service of Canada hopes to train 5,000 urban poor young women with employable skills with access to decent work by 2025. It will collaborate with the Commission of Technical and Vocational Education and Training, among other partners, to deliver market-relevant and gender-sensitive training for the women.
For most advanced countries that we go to, you see that heavy-duty trucks are driven by women, not men. So why is that when it comes to us, we are disadvantaging them? We put them in obscure corner and think that they are not capable. Some women can be as strong as men, so it's about making it attractive to all. Let's take, for instance, IT. IT, you don't need to be lifting anything. Let's take electrical installation. You don't have to lift anything. I think the focus is that we haven't helped our women.
The World University Service of Canada has deployed initiatives which include radio drama series, television promos, community outreaches, and stakeholder engagements to encourage women to pursue male-dominated trades in the country. Sarah Fori, GBC News, Accra.
Amid the increasing terrorist attacks and violent extremism in the West African sub-region, the Defense Minister, Mr. Dominic Nitiwul, has tasked the ECOWAS Forum of National Security Advisors to develop appropriate strategies to improve security in the sub-region. Mr. Nitiwul made these remarks at the maiden meeting of the ECOWAS Forum of National Security Advisors, which is underway in Accra. Oforiwadakun reports.
The ECOWAS Forum of National Security Advisors is a newly created body for various security, defense and intelligence agencies across the ECOWAS region to optimize synergies to facilitate swift and appropriate responses to existing and emerging threats within the sub-region. Among issues discussed were the role of the ECOWAS Forum of National Security Advisors and its relation with other regional and security structures, the emerging regional security threats facing the member states, and the review of national and regional response to security threats and its implications for regional security and stability.
It is a collaborated effort, and we will do our best to bring peace and security to our sub-region.
The lack of cooperation and coordination between defense and security forces within member states remain a major challenge in the fight against terrorism.
According to the Defense Minister, Mr. Dominic Nitiwul, promoting an integrated and comprehensive agenda to make the regional body more responsive to security threats such as violent extremism, terrorism, public health emergencies is crucial.
I urge you, the Forum of National Security Advisors, to have frank and open discussions on the subject matter and share key and implementable recommendations which will improve our collective regional response and coordination to address our prevailing precarious security situation.
The ECOWAS Forum of National Security Advisors is established to serve as an advisory body to the Mediation and Security Council on issues of regional security in line with the 1999 Protocol for the Mechanism for Conflict Prevention, Management, Peacekeeping and Security. For GBC News, Oforiwadakun reporting.
In New Just In, the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Ms. Shirley Ayoko Botri, says as at midday today, a total number of 460 Ghanaian students have left Ukraine en route to Poland, Romania, Slovakia and the Czech Republic. She said missions and honorary consulates in these respective countries have been directed to facilitate the safe arrival of the students to these countries, while efforts are underway to prepare for tickets for all 460 students to come back to Ghana. We will bring you more of this report in our subsequent bulletins. Away from the story, residents of Boshe, a suburb of Asokore in the New Jabe North Municipality of the Eastern Region, have appealed to the government to reconstruct the Boshe Road, which has become a death trap for some years now. They complained that the entire road gets flooded when it rains, blocking access to their homes.
The Boshe Road is part of the Koforidia town roads that were earmarked by the government in 2018 for reconstruction. Initial work started under the NDC government in 2016 but has stalled. The road is currently in a deplorable state and unmotorable whenever it rains. A bridge on both sides of the road is collapsing due to erosion, leaving a gaping hole which makes plying the road difficult. 2 vehicles cannot use the road at a time due to the potholes on the shoulders of the road. The entire road gets flooded when there is a downpour, hence motorists and commuters have to wait for the water to recede before they use the road. Some residents spoke to GBC News about the situation and appealed to the government to come to their aid.
As this is a very huge broadcast, we really plead on the behalf of all the residents of Boshe Zongo community to please do this road for us.
Yes, sir. Contractor, yenim issue aba. Waja etu hosa. Hangina yiri. Na kabi praga for no oba. Mse this is the first time oba yiri ha. Obotomu ha ye na yiri. Sre oman penifo se adwuma no mo hye baako ase a ye sre mu. Munwie emayen. Na monhwe se ne ehia pa no munye ansa na mo san kofoforo so.
Some drivers also expressed their frustration and asked government to bring the contractor back on site.
Very bad. And now when it rains, it becomes a problem for we the residents over here. At times you come around here, you have to park for some time for the rain to subside before you go on.
Phase 2 of the redevelopment and modernization of the Kumasi Central Markets will be handed over by February 2024. The lead consultant of the project, Mr. Tony Yeboah-Asare, disclosed this at a stakeholders forum and its associated infrastructure project held in Kumasi in the Ashanti region.
Executing the project sensitized key players on the progress of work so far. The project, estimated at £248 million, is being financed by the Deutsche Bank of Germany with export credit guarantee from the United Kingdom Export Finance. When completed, the new Kumasi Central Market will have 6,500 leasable commercial spaces, 5,400 closed stores, 800 kiosks, 50 restaurants, 210 fishmongers and butcher stands, and 40 livestock sheds. The market will, in addition, have a treatment plant, a police station, a fire station, post office, and first-class roads leading to and from Edum. The lead consultant of the project, Mr. Tony Yeboah-Asare, was hopeful the project will be completed and handed over by February 2024.
We experienced some delays because of the COVID pandemic, but we've put in place a recovery plan that if everything goes well, in 2 years' time, we should be able to complete.
The Kumasi Metropolitan Chief Executive, Mr. Sampine, asked the traders at the Kejetia terminal to settle their huge electricity bills incurred months ago.
KMA is not telling the world that we're not going to have separate meters for the traders in phase 1, but we're also using this opportunity to tell them that this shouldn't be something that they use as blackmail against them, that if they're not going to pay the premiums and other service charges. And therefore, we urge them on to that.
Otumfuo's liaison officer for the Kejetia Central Market Redevelopment Project, Nana Ejeni Mbwating, urged residents to support the government to ensure speedy completion of the second phase of the project.
Government is prepared to support Kumasi, but it is up to Kumasi to own the projects and all projects, so at the end of the day, whatever that the government and Otumfuo is doing for them, it comes to fruition and then everybody can part them back.
The stakeholders forum was attended by officials from ministries of finance and local government and rural development, traders and transport operators.
Time to take a quick breather. I'll be back with more stories.
Asamba na abebuaba. Proverbs have lived with us since Adam. Every occasion has its suitable proverb.
Proverbs are like salts that we use to season the language.
When somebody is able to speak and able to situate whatever he says in a proverb, it enriches the person's conversation.
Watch Spoken Jewels, a documentary showing soon on GBC News Channel and GTV.
Hello, sir. How is business?
Oh, business is okay.
Is it true you have applied for the devil's work?
Oh, yes. It's power, and I have 25 years experience.
Tell us more about this experience.
Me like this, if I don't drink, I can't drive at all. And I love speedy rough. See, I can travel from here to Tamale in the north. Tired.
How many lives have you wasted?
20 pounds. I can't even count.
Is it normal?
Oh yes, it is normal. Taking life, it is part and parcel.
How do you think their families feel?
I don't know them, so I don't know.
What will you say to the people doing the devil's work like you?
You see, they should keep up the good work. There is this joy hearing your passages scream.
Are you sure you are not the devil?
Make you not do Abonsamejuma. Stay alive. This Stay Alive campaign is brought to you by the National Road Safety Authority.
Get ready. Ready for super duper experience.
Quality entertainment.
Real opinions from fashion, tourism, arts, music, movies.
Good morning, my neighbors!
Good morning! Good morning!
Good morning!
It's a good morning and we serve you breakfast.
Not just any breakfast.
Sizzling helping.
And there's much more on offer on GTV Breakfast.
So what's your pleasure than Votras here at that time of the morning?
You want it served buffet style, complimentary breakfast?
On-site restaurant?
Or room service?
We've got you covered.
From Monday to Friday at 6 a.m.
With a trusted team.
So never skip breakfast.
On GTV Breakfast.
and mental strength. Women's Voice is a platform to hear and share stories to encourage women and girls. Women are the real architect of society. It is they who provide the foundation of power, grace, wisdom, justice, creativity, and hope. Join us live every Monday at GBC News and GTV, Wednesdays live at 4 p.m. on GBC News and a repeat on Saturdays at 4 p.m. on GBC News and Sundays at 3 p.m. also on GBC News. Women's Voice. No one can make you inferior without your consent.
Asamba na abebuaba.
Proverbs have lived with us since Adam.
Every occasion has its suitable proverb.
Proverbs are like salts that we use to season the language.
When somebody is able to speak and able to situate whatever he says in a proverb, it enriches the person's conversation.
Watch Spoken Jewels, a documentary showing soon on GBC and GTV.
Hello, sir. Have you applied for the double sweat?
Yes, madam. High taxi.
With that high Olympic jump you just did, who would you know?
Okay.
Why wouldn't you use the footbridges and the zebra crossing?
Alright, ma. Footbridge there belong, go. I belong. Time not day. Well, what is zebra crossing?
The black and white road markings that show where it's safe to cross.
Can I zebra there? I'm because of total advertisement.
Interesting. Is jumping rails all you do?
Oh, nah. See me as a day. I don't know the traffic light too. When I see a car to come, then me to other go. I don't know. I don't know.
Aren't you afraid?
What team I not see before? What can come, Charlie?
Are you sure you are not the devil?
Make you not do Abonsamejuma. This Stay Alive campaign is brought to you by the National Road Safety Authority.
Go away from me.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying on. At least 64 civilians have been killed and more than 160,000 are on the move after Russian troops entered Ukraine this week, a United Nations relief agency said.